Odysseus was born to Laertes, king of Ithaca, and the wise Anticlea. From infancy, seers foretold he would surpass all men in cunning, navigating a life shaped by hardship, wit, and fate. While heroes like Achilles trained for war, Odysseus trained his mind. His teachers marveled at his memory, his tongue, and his gift for weaving impossible plans, a sharp mind in a warrior's body. When every king sought Helen's hand, Odysseus proposed an oath. All suitors would defend the chosen husband if anyone wronged him. The pact would bind Greece, and Odysseus himself, to the coming war. Odysseus wed Penelope, a woman as clever as he was cunning. Together they ruled Ithaca, their bond forged not in passion alone, but in mutual intelligence and quiet devotion. When Helen was taken to Troy, the oath demanded the king's march. Odysseus feigned madness to avoid the war, plowing fields with salt instead of seed. But the ploy failed, and duty dragged him to war. Among the Greek kings, Odysseus became the mind of the army. While Achilles wielded rage and Ajax brute strength, Odysseus wielded reason, the quiet force behind many Greek victories. When Agamemnon tried to lure Achilles back to battle, Odysseus delivered the speech. Even Achilles admitted that only Odysseus's tongue could pierce his pride. Odysseus infiltrated Trojan lines under cover of darkness, capturing the spy Dolon and turning his lies into Greek advantage. War, he proved, was not won by strength alone. After Achilles fell, his divine armor was awarded to Odysseus, not for strength but for his unmatched service to Greece. Ajax, shamed by the decision, descended into madness. Troy's walls were unbreakable, until Odysseus devised a hollow wooden horse. The Trojans accepted it as a gift, never imagining the warriors hidden within. When night fell, the gates opened, and Troy burned. With Troy destroyed, the Greeks sailed home. But the gods were not finished with Odysseus. His journey, meant to last weeks, would become 10 years of wandering through myth and nightmare. Odysseus's men tasted the lotus fruit and forgot their families, their purpose, even their names. Only Odysseus resisted the spell, dragging his dazed crew back to the ships by force. Odysseus and his men were trapped in a cave by the giant Polyphemus. Using cunning, wine, and a burning stake, Odysseus blinded the monster, but his proud reveal of his name would curse him for years. Polyphemus was son of Poseidon. The sea god's fury fell upon Odysseus, twisting every wind, storm, and current. From that moment, the ocean itself became his enemy. Aeolus, lord of the winds, gifted Odysseus a bag holding every storm. But as Ithaca appeared on the horizon, his sailors opened it, thinking it held treasure. The winds burst free, hurling them back into exile. Circe transformed men into swine, but Odysseus resisted her magic. Through courage and wit, he won her respect and her hospitality. A year passed in her halls before he remembered home. Guided by Circe's instructions, Odysseus journeyed to the Underworld. There he spoke with the dead, prophets, kings, and fallen warriors. All foretold a troubled homecoming soaked in blood. No sailor survived the siren's call. Odysseus plugged his crew's ears with wax and bound himself to the mast, desperate to hear their forbidden song without plunging into madness. Odysseus led his ship between two horrors, Scylla, the six-headed devourer, and Charybdis, the world-swallowing whirlpool. Better to lose 6 men to Scylla, he chose, than all to the abyss. Despite Odysseus's warnings, his starving men slaughtered the sacred cattle of the sun god Helios. As punishment, Zeus shattered their ship with a storm, killing all but Odysseus. Washed ashore on Ogygia, Odysseus was kept for years by the nymph Calypso, who offered him immortality if he stayed. But he longed for Penelope, and refused eternity without her. With Athena's aid, Odysseus reached Ithaca in disguise. His halls were overrun with suitors devouring his wealth and vying for his queen. Odysseus waited silent and patient for the moment to strike. After 20 years, Odysseus revealed himself to his son Telemachus. Tears and shock followed, then plans for vengeance. Father and son would reclaim their kingdom together. Penelope set a challenge. Only Odysseus could string his mighty bow and fire an arrow through 12 axe heads. In beggar's rags, he accomplished the impossible, and the suitors realized the king had returned. With Telemachus and his loyal servants, Odysseus killed the suitors who had polluted his home. His arrows brought justice, and the hall ran red, the long-delayed reckoning at last fulfilled. At last he stood before Penelope. She tested him with a secret only they knew, and when he passed, she embraced him. After 20 years of war, wandering, and sorrow, the king and queen were united once more.